I think you should go on a mission trip because you can read about it, you can talk to other people that have been there, but until you physically go and you look in the eyes of these beautiful children and these people, you just don't know. And they, to me, exemplify love thy neighbor. It's the way they treat each other, and it's what we are supposed to be doing for them. And our neighbors happen to be next door and on the other side of the earth. So I highly encourage you, and bring your older children because it changes their lives too.
Well, you should go on a mission trip because it just shows you a whole different view of the world and makes you grateful for things that you take for granted. You should go on a mission trip because you get to help all the people that need help, that are less fortunate than us, and really feels good to help them. Yeah.
A mission trip is a lot more rewarding than just going on vacation. You get to go help people and see what life is like in other countries and stuff.
I think sometimes when people go on a trip that's fairly short, like this, we spent 8 days trying to make a small difference in people's lives, and I think we did. But sometimes people say, well, what good does that do? Or you come home yourself and wonder what good it's done. But what we call the ministry of presence is the important thing. We were there. We graced them with our presence, if you can use that word. We loved them. We looked in their eyes, and they will never forget that, as we will never forget it.
The greatest gifts that we bring back with us is each other, and how we as Christians, we're a group, and some of us we've never met in our church, and we go as Christians for a purpose together. And I cherish every one of you. You are now all my friends. And then our unity, going out and reaching out to the children at the school, there was a lot of strength in all the things that we did. Although some of them were hard to do, like the hospice, that was difficult. But we pulled together, and we were a group, and we had God pushing us in a direction that hopefully we helped a little, but we're going to help more. This is our life now. It's part of our life, and it's a fantastic experience. And this, like we've said, the safari was wonderful, and I wouldn't have missed it, but I don't know that I'd go on another safari, but I'd go on another mission trip.
He also said, in as far as a purpose of going on a mission trip as this, I've learned since is it's not so much what you do there, is what you do after. And that is the people you take your experiences with and witness. That you can witness what you can do as an individual and collectively on a mission trip like this, but to be able to share that and remind yourself after that is keep talking it and keep living it.
Well, for me, being a nurse, I still cannot talk about the hospice visits without tearing, because when you go there, the impact that they have so little health care, and doing the 10 hospice visits that I did, you wonder what little good are we doing. But as Kathy experienced, you know what? My hands were God's hands, and that's how I felt. And to be able to give that and help in a small way, but to know how happy they were and to pray with them and touch them and hold their hands, it's had a lasting impact. I can't speak about it without crying. When I look at the pictures, they're in my mind. And the mission trip itself, I can't imagine going to Africa without doing a mission component. The safari was wonderful, but the mission component is life-changing. And then the safari is God's creation. I mean, how wonderful is that? It's just incredible. So I encourage
I
you.
wanted to add that the opposite side of the coin is that you shouldn't go on one of these mission trips unless you are very much prepared to come back changed. If you're stuck in your ways and you don't want to change, don't go.
To Tanzania on a mission trip because you get such a wide perspective of how the majority of the people in this world live. You get a very good perspective of the Christians over there and how delighted they are during their worship services. I remember the first full service that we went to that first Sunday. It didn't seem like 3 hours to me because there was just so much going on, so much emotion, so much worship, so many offerings, 2 offerings, which really blew me away. But just to be in a foreign country, to be meeting new believers, to be able to interact with those wonderful girls at the school was absolutely life-changing for me. And like everyone else has said, I don't think I will take anything for granted from now on. Fresh running water that you can drink, nice toilets, fresh food every day. You know you're going to have your food to eat each day. You don't have to worry about where the money is going to come from for each meal. And like Lucy said, the poverty in America is nothing like the poverty in Africa. There's no comparison. So I encourage anyone, even someone who doesn't want to be changed, I have a bone to pick there. Because if you have even somewhat of an open heart, you're going to change with a trip like that.
One of the things that really made me see God at work in this country and the people living a life that I think really demonstrates a Christian life. Sacrifice, the offerings that they give, we don't know how much they give, but they give. You go to these remote places like we did our last day, and you see these churches being built out in the middle of nowhere, a couple of them, and they're being built by the people there. So God is at work, and for me, in a faraway place like that, it's kind of hard to imagine. Go on a mission trip and see for yourself. It will change your whole idea about Christianity.
I would encourage anybody to go on a mission trip, and your motivation might be first to believe that you could have so much impact while being in a different country and recognizing the level of poverty. But what I recognized and felt was the impact that the people had on me, and much more so than I could have ever given to them. And it is life-changing, and it's something that you'll keep with you for the rest of your life.